Okay, we're on. I want to continue with one thought here, and that's the matter of cognition. What is a cognition? You can look it up in the dictionary, online or wherever, and it will give you a whole bunch of, sort of academic things, but you nonetheless can get an idea of what it is. But in terms of what we're working with here, with these drills, or this music that is completely the opposite of drills, we're looking for cognitions. Cognition is something that didn't happen before, but now happened. Alright, what can that be? Well, some kind of an ability. I can do that now. That's a cognition. Oh, is that what that means? That's a cognition. So, wow, that's a cognition. Anything that you can get excited about that you either realize or you understand now but you didn't understand before, or that you can do now that you couldn't do. But it has to be something that's genuine, of course. But when it happens only enough as you go through these drills enough times. There's something, that was nice. All right, that's a cognition. Ooh, that was pretty nice. Now, that's not a particular cognition, but the first time might have been if you'd not done it before, or if it's a realization that I'm making some music now. But when you make music, then you will recognize that it is music, not just simply a drill. So this is a matter of cognitions, and then validating that cognition is what we're all about. If you do your scale drill, for instance, your major scale drill, okay? Whole step, half step, whole step. Coming down, whole step, half step, whole step. Now do that 4 times with a foot beat, in 8th notes maybe. 3 and 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And so on 4 times there. But after you finish that 4 times through, you continue to keep the beat going. 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. It's entirely up to you. Your ability level. If you need more time, then have more beats. Simple as that, If you're getting onto this, then 1, 2, go to your next scale. But you must make that choice immediately and not planned. If it's planned, I'll go from C to B flat scale. Well, that's not improvisation. When you go from C, and then you end at 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then you make that decision at that time to play that particular scale. That is the little tiny bit of improvisation that we're talking about. Making choices. Improvisation is making choices. And your job is to strengthen your ability to make choices instantly. At least quickly. That depends upon your ability level. And that therefore you can judge whether you're making progress or not as to your ability to make quick choices. Life is very much that same thing. You must make choices, maybe slowly, you don't have much time to do it, or you must make choices quickly. You're driving along and all of a sudden a dog runs out in the middle of the street in front of your car. You must make a choice quickly. Jam on the brakes, turn right, turn left, do something, but you don't want to harm the dog. Or whoever or whatever comes in your path. Those are choices that is instantaneous, but if you've driven a car long enough, you know exactly where the foot brake is. So you know exactly how to handle the choices that you must make. But with a piano, you don't have that instantaneous reaction that driving a car sometimes requires. So, your choice of The major scale is important. The 2-note half step, whole step. Your choice of whether you play a half step or a whole step must be quick. But if you're not used to it, this can be a difficult drill. Whole step, half step. But don't plan it. And then do a little bit more. Remember that you've got a sentence is a start and an end. So start your drill, but if it's not going to be a drill, you've got to do something with it to make it into music. That wasn't very well because I missed that note there. Notice that? Didn't work out too well. All right, let's try something else. Now, what is the feeling of that? I don't know. I couldn't give any feeling, but at least it wasn't a drill. Sometimes something will happen that's extremely nice and it gives you a good feeling or a bad feeling, like it just did. I don't know, something like that. It's just a bunch of notes. You can, by the very nature of what you do, determine whether it's a drill or whether it's actual music. Music ends like the spoken language works. You drop your voice at the end, or if it's a question, you raise your voice. Notice I had a question mark. Then that answer, which is the answer to the question. Maybe. You have to determine whether that satisfies you or not as to what you're trying to do. Okay, this is a tough subject, both for the performer, the student, the teacher even, because it's so elusive. You can't define it completely. All you can do is describe it a little bit in terms of form. You know, something starts, something ends. That's basic. But something must give you some kind of pleasure or feeling. It must have character, something. But it takes time to develop that feeling of character or emotion. And that's when cognition comes in. That was whatever it was. And sometimes you don't define it ahead of time, but when you play it, you say, oh, that was mysterious, or that was dark, like a deep red sunset, something of that sort. You can describe it that way, or just the fact that, that was nice, that was a nice phrase. Okay, well, that's about it. Do things enough times that you have a cognition about something. It's coming, something is happening. If something isn't happening, you got to go back and listen to these recordings and do your drills again, do your drills, and then start working with music, you know, where at least the idea of a phrase being a beginning and an end, or from one place to another place. How do you get there? Ooh, that was rather nice. Did you notice that? I can't describe that as being anything particular, but it was nice. So I say I have a cognition about that. Now I'll write a little story. I played something and all of a sudden it happened. I'd never done that before. And write a little story about it. It's important to validate yourself with a success story. It's important to do something enough times that you have some cognition. Oh, that's what it is, kind of thing. So work toward it. I can't give it to you. You have to give it to yourself through your own efforts, through your own imagination, through your own power of choices, what you want to do. And sometimes it just is there and you didn't have too much to do with it, but you are the vehicle, so to speak, in doing something, and it was there. Sometimes some other power takes over. Call it inspiration if you wish. You know, sometimes inspiration is there, sometimes it isn't. Happens to me frequently. I just can't get with it, some kind of thing. Or I'm with it. Wow, I can't do anything wrong. This is just super. All right, cognition. This is just super. I've never been able to do that before. Write it out and validate yourself. Carry on, have fun with it, we'll talk later. Bye-bye.